Hello, everybody. I'm Matt with Fabricating Firewood. Thanks for joining me today. Today is splitting day. It's been over 6 months since I've gotten to use the Easton Made. I used it a little bit right after I got it to build up some wood for my IBC cages to hold me over until I could get to this point. I made about 9 cages to last me, and today is the first opportunity that I've actually had to do it because I've been doing a lot of other projects in order to get the property set to where I can actually have a more manageable location to store firewood. So I've got all that done for the most part, and today I'm ready to break out the Easton Made so that I can start splitting. And I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this day for a while now, and I think the last time I split wood was probably the last week of January or the first few days of February before I had my knee surgery. So let's get started. Yesterday I was gonna cut wood or split wood, but after I got done fixing my friend's driveway, got home, ate some lunch, and it started pouring rain. So I just went inside and started catching up on some sewing for my business, and then had just a little bit of time available remaining to remedy one issue that I did not like about the wood bundler, where the cradle slides back and forth. So I cut all that off and redid it. So you'll see that in another video. So now I'm going to go out and put the landing gear down, remove the hitch, go put my forks on so that I can bring the burn barrel up here. I shouldn't need the excavator yet. Got plenty of wood to split. Where do I want this? I want this over here. No real wind to speak of today. Hope this thing stays on track today. Handy dandy coffee cup holder though. Hoping in the next couple of weeks to have a replacement paddle, chain, and sprocket set up for this conveyor. It's like $475 to get it from the company that retrofits, or about $900 to do it myself. I haven't even taken my name tag off yet. that again.
So one thing I noticed while editing this video is that when I put this hip into the cradle and send the push plate forward, my hand goes away from the levers and it trips the pressure relief and immediately brings the push plate back, causing the pullback arm to jump up in the air. Now this is going to be a critical problem later on. I'm not sure if it's in this video or not. If it is, I'll make sure to highlight it. But you need to keep your hands up on the actual levers so that if you see that the pressure relief kicks and it starts retrieving the pullback arm back, what's going to happen is that pullback arm right there is going to hit the log that's jammed, and it's going to end up bending the push plate retrieval arm lever. So that big thing that says Easton Made on the right hand side in the orange, and then it goes across the box wedge. I had some issues with that happening, and instead of standing there with my hands on the lever so I could stop it, I would step back, as you can see, and it actually kept bending the pullback arm. Now, you can easily bend the pullback arm back with some chain. The problem is that once it's bent, it's obviously bent, and it's just not new anymore. So I would avoid using any type of hips in that would cause that to happen. And if you're going to, make sure you keep your hands on the lever so that the pullback arm is not bent. Now, where this becomes critical is when you have a large 36-inch round on there, like I did later on, and the pullback arm hits that log, that round, and flips it up over behind the push plate. The push plate begins to go backwards and pulls the round into the hydraulics tower, I guess you would call it, and it ended up breaking the weld on my hydraulic tower down towards the base of the splitter under the I-beam. So just keep in mind that I would always keep your hands near the levers so that you can stop the forward or backwards motion of the actual push plate when you need to, instead of just letting the pullback arm come back and hit that jammed log and bending it, or where it comes back and pulls something over the top of the push plate and causes it to wedge in between the push plate and the hydraulic tower and destroy the splitter like I did.
So here's the problem. The wood has pushed the wedge up to the point of where it's canted a little bit because of the junk wood that was put in there by some moron. And now the lifter is trying to lift it straight, but the wedge is this way a little bit, so it can't get on. So it's just basically hitting it. There we go. Okay, so I've come to the conclusion that this pizza wedge, while it's great for freshly cut wood, it is not good for fire service rounds that have been sitting around for a year or two, because it's just, any of the sugar maple is just turning into it's crumbling like, you know, 1-year-old chocolate chip cookies. The pin oak it can't get through because most of it is hips and knotted. The white oak it can't get through because it's knotted. Obviously it's leftovers from a logging operation. And the hips I can't even put up there because I know they're going to do the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pizza wedge off and I'm going to get my 4-way and I'm going to start splitting it with the 4-way to see if that does any better. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to put it in a big pile and burn it, because I've got a big old row of good oak I could put through the 6-way or the 8-way, whatever it is, the standard that comes with this. And I've got plenty of other logs that I can buck and put through it, but they're all over there and this stuff's here. So I'm gonna try it on the 4-way, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna burn it. So I'm ready to go in and get me something to eat, and then I'll come out and finish up taking this off and putting the 4-way in. Okay, so this is what I did to my fingers. Nice little blisters on it, basically walking around and just touching the muffler. So Can't do that again. I am going to get the tractor, go get the blades down off of the rack, bring them over here, and use the excavator to lift that up with the chain, and then put the four-way on. And like I said, if four-way works, great. If it doesn't, and doesn't take it down in smaller, manageable pieces, then I'm just going to go ahead and take that wood somewhere and burn it. that's about all I got in me today. I popped my elbow on the pullback arm, burnt two fingers, and smashed my thumb earlier. So that and the sun beating down on me, and my right knee bothered me a little bit, a little stiff. It's not quite 100% yet. I'm gonna call it a day. So the box wedge was not doing too well with the tree service rounds, the hips and whatnot. So I did get a lot of trash wood made for my buddies for their little fire pits, and I'd say this amount right here, probably 25% of it is unusable because the box wedge just basically crumbled it and it just sent it up the conveyor as is. It is what it is. The 408 did a way better job of splitting the tree service rounds and the hips with the knots, and it just took a lot more of my effort by myself to do. So I did get a decent dent made in it. I'd say probably this coming Monday the 22nd I'll be able to come out here again and try to eat my way through these tree service rounds. It's kind of one of those you gotta eat your meat before you have your dessert type issues, where I need to get this stuff done before I can get to the actual rounds and use my the 6 or 8 way, whatever it is, or the box wedge with the larger rounds that I cut, and not tree service garbage with hips and knots. So I'm getting ready to put this Easton Made back in my garage and plop on the recliner after I take a nice hot shower and do nothing for the rest of the day because I've got to work this weekend. So thanks for watching. Matt with Fabricating Firewood. Like, share, subscribe, and comment.